Alright, starting the tear down. That's the old valve cover. I already put mine on the other engine just so I don't forget which one I wanted to use. There are 2 long bolts that go into this whole plate from the top. It has all the oil stuff in it, and you can see the RTV band that's added again. Makes me wonder if someone rebuilt this engine, not just replaced one bearing, like they took the whole thing apart and tried to do a rebuild, and they did just a piss poor job. And we'll find out that bottom end's completely fucked. So you gotta pull the tensioner out. I'll show you over here. So there's a little lip where the tensioner sits to tension this timing chain. So if that tensioner is sitting in that plate, it's going to hook on that plastic, possibly break it. Now, does that matter much? Because if you're doing chains, you'll do a new tensioner and new guides anyway. But yeah, so right here you can see that ridge where each bolt comes down in from the top. So you have to pull this plate, and then 2 bolts come out the top, and you can just kind of tap that off with a hammer if the previous owner used a shit ton of RTV to put it all together. So yeah, so next up I'll get these chains off. I'll probably pull the cams off the head before I do the bolts. Where are the fucking... Oh, looks like the head bolts are probably underneath this tray that holds the cams, so we'd have to pull them anyway. But it'd be nice to see if these journals all look good. It means the filter stopped all of the material from getting up here, and then I might actually have a good head to either sell to somebody or just keep as a spare. Chains are off. I loosened all these, and it appears they go all the way through. So I bet with these out, you can just pick the whole thing up and go set it down. So maybe I'll move this out of the way. I do want to look under the caps and see how things look. It's just smart to do. But for my own reference, starting from the timing chain side and the exhaust side, it's E1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and it's stamped. And that stamped part is towards the exhaust. So if I ever need to wonder how these go back together because they end up in a big pile, then same thing, 1 through 6, but with an A on the intake side, and the stamp is on the manifold side. So that should make it easy to reassemble without having to try to label anything. Yeah, so with the caps off, I can pull the cams out and take a look, and just kind of glancing at it, like everything looks nice. Like the lifters look nice, there's no big dishes in them or anything, and the cans aren't beat up, the journals aren't beat up. This one's a little scarred, but not enough that I would even worry about polishing it. Yeah, I think this will be a good head unless something's wrong with the valves. So I'll either keep it or find someone in need. Heads off. I haven't looked in the cylinders yet, but we go on the line, like looks pretty good. There's a bunch of buildup on that one valve. The rest of them look really good. This glow plug's not all the way in, which sucks because I did these. I guess it didn't seat all the way or something. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but look at this. Look at all these. So I wonder if that ball that I couldn't find actually did fall down in that cylinder that was in there just banging away and stuff. So that's number 5 because it's at the back. I got a flashlight. Here we go. So we'll go one at a time just see what the piston looks like in that one. So this piston, yeah, it looks good. So remember all the crap that was in, well, I didn't show the bore scope, but a bunch of crap fell down in here, like carbon and stuff, and it just blows right out. So this one looks good. I don't see any cracks. This one has a bunch of junk in it, but that could have, well, no. I wonder if it's, that may have fallen in when I took the injectors out to give the mic. That one looks good, and then this one's all beat up. A bunch of beat up spots, but I don't see the piece, so I think whatever was in there getting crushed up against the head eventually got sucked out the exhaust, which, fuck me, did I look at the exhaust side of my turbo? We're gonna take a peek at that because I don't see a piece of anything embedded in the head. So yeah, I mean, look at my exhaust fins. Shit. I mean, it would be on the inside. Oh, is that one that's... It's hard to tell if one's broken or not. Fuck. I wouldn't fuck my turbo. John, you idiot. I can't really see the bottom end of that. I can see from this angle. Probably the camera can't. Oh. Oh. Yup. It's a little beat up on the tips, but it's not enough that it's going to bother it. So I don't think I need to get a new one. If it was out of balance enough, it would have blown the hell up. So I'll give that some thought. I might see if I can pop that exhaust side off and see what it looks like, because I know I can get a sender cartridge for a couple $100, and it might be worth doing. Well, I'm pleased to see that the the connecting rods aren't screwed, right? So all the bearings were in place, they didn't spin. Same thing with the caps, they didn't spin, which is good. So just the bearings are screwed up. These clearances should all be fine, which means pistons, most likely the wrist pins, I don't feel anything funky. It'd be worth pounding them out, putting new ones in if I'm ever going to use these pistons or sell them. But essentially you could put standard size bearings in these and use them with a good crank. I don't know if this crank's any good on that. Well, those don't look too bad. That could probably be polished and then just measured and make sure it's right. But look at this main. This is the first one I pulled out. I mean, people probably saw the short, but look at that. Look how much it pushed it. And what's super interesting is that's the outside edge. So this sat here like this, right? So like, I don't know if it pushed it that way at all, or if it just kind of folded like that because it got so dang hot. It's just crazy. So like the rest of these, you can pull all these caps and look, like that one's beat to shit. Oh my god. We'll just line all of these up. So yeah, they're all like squished out. They look like, oh my god. Holy shit. I've seen some bad shit, but like this whole cap's fucked up. You'd have to, oh no, that's a thrust bearing on top, so maybe it's not fucked up. This might be able to be line bored, so the block might actually be okay. That was my initial plan, is like if nothing pulls through, if I don't find it cheap. That was cheap. That whole van was $600. But god, these are just, it's pretty awful. So I don't know. If the crank has to be machined, it's not worth it. You just get another crank. You know, for oversized bearings, you have a different crank that's good, and then machine shop can crank all these down to torque. They can line bore it 1 or 2 over, depending on what OD they need, to get rid of any scuffing so that the bearing doesn't risk spinning again. And then we could essentially use this block again. There's really nothing else wrong with it other than the mains are all screwed. That one is impressive though. Look at that. Just chewed her to bits. Alright, I'll get all these out, get the crank out, and have them set on the table so we can have a closer look. Surprisingly, this side of the block looks great. So there's a little bit of, I don't even want to know what to call it. You can just kind of tell it got hot. And this one got scraped up a little bit. I wouldn't use it as is. I'd still line bore that one over. But this side, let's see, this one's horrible. That's the one that completely ate crap, probably the catalyst for the whole situation. These other ones are burned up a little bit. But really the main concern is on this one. Right here there's a big lip where it actually folded the edge over, and it got that much heat into it. Like, I just don't know. But if it's being line bored to take an oversized bearing, you might just be able to get a cap, and then the machine shop can put the new cap in, line bore it, and you're good to go. But that's, I mean, it's a destroyed bearing. I haven't had one this nasty. I've had spun ones where it's like, oh yeah, it's spun, you can hear it clanking around. This thing just seized up and tried to weld itself to the crankshaft. That's just crazy. So, and I'm like, some of this, it's like, where'd your friend go? Where's the rest of you? Like, did you join and become one? I have no idea. But it's all bad. A lot of these tried to create their own thrust bearings because they knew they wanted to survive. Like, it's just nutty looking. It just shouldn't be. Oh, all right. Well, it's not as bad as I expected. I thought all the the rod bearings would be completely screwed too. But I think, yeah, this engine will just go in and it'll work. And then I'll try to decide what to do with this one. It might, I don't know, coffee table, I guess.